I've been hearing footsteps behind me for almost 10 minutes. Every time I stop, they stop. Every time I turn the camera around, there's nothing there. But just before I started recording this, I heard my own voice call my name from somewhere up the trail. I'm on an isolated section of the Appalachian Trail near the North Carolina-Tennessee line. Over the last year, hikers have continued sharing stories about strange lights, silent figures, and voices coming from places where no one should be standing. I'm hiking to an old shelter before dark, and I'm spending the night there alone. One recurring type of story involves a lone hiker who appears far from any trailhead. The person never speaks, never acknowledges anyone, and is sometimes dressed completely wrong for the weather. Hikers pass the stranger, continue for several minutes, and somehow see the same person standing ahead of them again. There's someone standing on the bridge behind me. I called out twice, but they haven't moved. I'm going to turn the camera around, watch the far side of the creek. No, that's exactly where they were standing. This is the shelter I planned to stay in. There's no gear, no fresh food, and no one signed the register today. But the fire ring outside is still warm. That means someone was here recently, or they left when they heard me coming. Then I found this. The last entry wasn't dated. It described a man arriving alone, wearing a green jacket and carrying a black backpack. It said he would hear 3 knocks after midnight. The final sentence read, "When he looks outside, tell him not to answer himself." Not every strange light in the mountains is supernatural. Headlamps, distant roads, and changing weather can create convincing illusions. But this light wasn't shining through the trees. It was moving between them, and it was coming closer without illuminating anything around it. The light moved toward the creek and disappeared. Then a voice came from the other side. It didn't sound like a stranger. It sounded exactly like me, repeating something I had said at the trailhead before the camera was recording. That was my voice. Those were the exact words I used before sunset. I never uploaded them, and no one else is supposed to be out here. I'm going back to the shelter, grabbing my pack, and leaving now. You saw that. Tell me you saw that. I ran back for my pack. The lantern was still burning, but the register had been moved. A second entry was now beneath the first. The handwriting looked like mine. It said, "He turned around, now it knows his face." I didn't stop again until I reached the junction. That's where the trail splits toward the road. Someone was waiting beside the sign. Same jacket, same backpack, same face. It looked like me, but it was already standing where I needed to go. I took the opposite trail and reached the road nearly an hour later. I reviewed the footage in the car. The figure had appeared behind me 6 times before I noticed it, but the last clip was worse. While I was running away, something was still holding the camera at the shelter. I can explain some of what happened out there. Fear, fog, and darkness can turn ordinary things into something terrifying, but I can't explain the voice, the writing, or the person wearing my face. Tell me what you think I encountered, and subscribe because this won't be my last dark encounter.